Guys, hope you're doing fantastic. It's Tuesday and it's time for my video, my Therapy Tuesday video. And my video today is on decision making. I literally call it the art of decision making because chances are if you're a good decision maker, you are living a successful and happy life in most areas of your life. Of course, things aren't always perfect, but you're living a good life, a happy life. And if you're not a good decision maker, chances are you are facing a lot of anxiety and you might be stuck in an area of life and you don't know which path to take. So I hope this video helps you. Here we go. The first thing I want to go over is a famous saying that I love so much. The risk of a wrong decision is preferable over the terror of indecision. I love this saying so much. I hope you guys like it as well. So before I go over a list of what I think makes a good decision versus a bad decision, I want to go over some things to consider when it comes to taking off the pressure in regards to making decisions. Number one is to consider and really understand that there are going to be uncontrollable factors in your decision making. So no matter how much you think and how well thought out your decision making process is, there is things that will be coming along the way that will be out of our control, such as weather changes, accidents, traffic, things that are out of our control. So you have to be able to take that into consideration and understand that it's a possibility something crazy will happen and be okay with it and not panic. So I want you to really sit with the idea that it is impossible, humanly impossible, to determine all the outcomes of a decision. So it's impossible for us to know, I make the decision today, exactly what's going to happen after I make the decision. We have to sit with our decision, and often our decision will come into play, and so we will see the fruit of it, the effects of it later. So we have to be able to sit with that uncertainty and be okay not knowing exactly what's going to happen, because it's impossible for you to know exactly what's going to happen after you make a decision. You have to give it time. Next step is not to look back once a decision has been made. Oftentimes we make a decision and we see the result of our decision is not so good, and we judge ourselves so much because our memory serves us wrong by allowing us to think that we knew all of this was going to happen. But we didn't know. There are so many things that we don't know, and we don't know exactly the outcomes that are going to come into play. So we have to understand that we didn't know A, B, and C before we made this decision, and we need to be okay with that. And next on my list is to look for opportunities in the mistakes of our decision. What did we learn? How can we use this as a lesson to apply next time around when we are in need of making a decision? And actually, last but not least, is to not be stuck without making decisions due to fear of our past mistakes. Let's apply them, let's learn, and let's make better decisions, but not get stuck because of our previous false, bad decisions. So now what is on my list for making good decisions? Number one, identify what decision it is that you're going to make. Oftentimes, we're kind of confused about what we're trying to understand here. What is our decision here? So know what the decision is. Write it down clearly. For example, my decision here is where to go for my summer travels. So I need a destination in mind. What is that destination? That is your decision. Write it down, journal it. Second on my list is identify your goal with this decision. What do you hope to receive if you were to make the right decision? What are your goals by making this decision? So if I was to take the summer travel, it would be to have a great time, come back healthy, come back refreshed, and see new beautiful things that are of interest to me. Is probably the most important one, and that is to do your research. The more we have knowledge and information in regards to making a decision, the least likely it is that we will fail. So make sure you do your research and you know exactly what you're getting into before making that call. Next up is to make sure that your decision is lining up with your morals, your values, and your interests. What is it that I'm interested in? Let's say I'm going to travel. Let's make sure that I'm traveling to a destination that will allow me to see some things that I'm interested in. What are my morals and values? What do I care about? What don't I care about? I need to make sure I'm safe. I need to make sure I'm protected. So take into consideration your morals, values, and interests. Okay, just a couple more. Next up is to do a pros and cons list. And I'm sure all of you guys do this. This is a very basic art of making the decision, but it is to write down the pros versus the cons and make sure your pros are outweighing your cons. So the positives are more than the negatives. This is a really important one. Consider the consequences of this decision. So make sure that you are able to live with the consequences that this decision may bring in you. So the other day I had a client who was thinking about a cosmetic surgery and she was having a really hard time. Should she do it? Should she not do it? And my question for her was, what are the worst consequences that can come out of this surgery? And are you going to be able to live with those consequences? This is a really important one. And last but not least is to have a cabinet of people that you trust tremendously when it comes to making decisions. So having a group of people that are able to guide you in the right direction when you're not 100% sure and to get their opinion on your decisions. Now, this is really important. Different people can serve on different cabinets for different areas of your life. And I will tell you exactly what I mean by that. If I am trying to make a decision about a travel destination, I will make sure to ask someone that I trust, but also someone that has been traveling and is interested in traveling. Now, let's say I want to ask someone's opinion in regards to my top. I will ask someone who is fashionable and whose fashion I trust. So different people serve on different cabinets and boards for helping you, for guiding you. I hope this helps. This is pretty much what I had for you guys today. Comment with your thoughts and have a beautiful week and see you guys next week. Thanks so much.